G'day everyone. Alrighty, let's have a look at an Eduard Mig-21. This one is the Mig-21PFM. It's 1/48 scale. This is one of their Profipack editions, so you get several schemes to choose from, usually around 5 or more. This is always the hardest part about one of their Profipacks, is which scheme to do. So you got a bit of a choice here, some natural metal and some nice camouflage schemes. But I bought this boxing because I want to revisit doing this scheme. I've done it on 1/72, their 1/72 kit. I want to do it on the 1/48. But if I was choosing another one, it would be the Arab Republic of Egypt. Quite like that scheme as well. Alright, so it should be some photo etch in here somewhere. Yes, there you go. Usually get a few goodies in the, well, not usually, always in the Profipacks. Put that aside a second. Alright. So we got the history of the aircraft, your sprues, your photo etch, and a mask set. Colours are in guns, so you got the aqueous, which is Mr. Hobby, and then you got the lacquer, Mr. Colour, and all covered. So off we go into the cockpit. So on this one you'll be using the photo etch. No, so we got the flat instrument panel with no detail on it, so to put your photo etch on. But I'm pretty sure, from memory, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I think you get the two instrument panels, one with raised detail, one without, for your normal edition, like the weekend edition, which has a decal on it. Alright, so your underside of that is your nose gear bay. Option for the canopy open. So this piece here goes in if you're doing the canopy open. Then you're into the engine area. The main gear base. A bit of option here to remove a piece of plastic there, so you got photo etch, so I can use a decal. So what are they saying? Cut. Okay. So you got the kit part, or you got the photo etch piece, so you'd be using the photo etch. It's saying you have an option to cut that bit of photo etch off, use a kit part, and put the decal on it. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but anyway. So back in the tub, you're doing spraying the walls. This so the side panels for the MiG-21, you're gluing them to the fuselage halves, not onto the cockpit tub. So you will need to paint interior inside as well, so you can see past the shock cone at either side of it or around it. And again, so these panels, they're showing you options of the decals or the photo etch. And obviously, you've paid the money for the extra money for the Profipack, you'd be using the photo etch. Then you got the cockpit floor tub section going in, and you got the bulkhead, and then there's some more bulkheads that go through, engine going in the rear, shock cone, and they remind you here, Mr. Bunny Rabbit says, don't forget to add the nose weight balance, but they don't tell you how much weight. So if they don't tell you, I usually dry fit together, put you probably need to put the spine on, so the spine has a tail on it on the MiG, and put the wings on, and you do the balance, you get the center of the model, just balance it on your finger and which way it tips, so it'll tip back, but put lead in, or whatever you're using for your nose weight, until it tips forward, basically. If you want the speed brakes open, you cut out the detail on the kit there, and then you got the wheel bays. There's some thin pieces for the internals of the wheel bay, and you got the earlier interior of the fuselage and the gear bay that goes in now as well to the bottom wing. So the bottom wing glues on to the fuselage halves, and then you're putting the top wings on and your control surfaces. You got the wing fences, so you got kit parts, or you can use photo etch as well. So they give you C37 as a kit part, or you can use the P26, your photo etch. Again, they'll be using the photo etch because you paid for it, and it's probably more to scale, thinner part. Got the gun underneath, gun on the belly. Options here as well, open and closed, and you got your other stabilizers that go to the fuselage going on the underside, as well as some the wing pitos. So if you were doing the open speed brakes, that's showing them there, as well as the rear one. Then you're on to the wheels. I really hate Eduard wheels, the way they do it, but anyway, this is the Profipack. I prefer if they throw in some resin wheels. But I really have a pet hate for how companies make wheels. You need to bend. You got the gear door. It shows you there the angle bend. So you can just put it on that piece of paper and line it that way. Is the quickest way. And your gear going in, gear doors going in, and some photo etch as well to go to the gear. Nose gear, gear doors. So they give you some visuals of how your door should look, how they should sit. Then you come back, swing her over, and you're back into doing the combing up the front of the instrument panel. There's some pieces go on that, and then you come back into the ejection seat. So a bit of a change. Usually you start off with that. This one will have all the photo etch harnesses. They're quite their Mig-21 seats are quite busy. A lot of parts going into them, especially with the photo etch. And then you're onto the canopy. There's different pieces and canopies. Usually they give you a clear sprue that has everything on it, and you need to choose, like here, which marking you're using and which canopy it'll have. Same as windscreens, can be different as well. got the pitot going on, seat going in, your canopy, and you got some photo etch, small photo etch pieces going on as well, static discharges. And then you're onto your ordnance and your drop tanks. And you usually get a bit of a selection with them. I love the drop tanks in the Mig-21, nice and sleek. So you got some rockets, the air-to-air missiles. There's a few different rockets. Okay, down here you got marking E only for configuration for Sidewinder. And all your pylons. And when I say Sidewinder, I mean the Russian version. And then they'll give you a picture there of how you can load it up. So you got the belly tank, that nice big tank, and you can have, so you got the S24s, which I think were, oh, it said there, sorry, S24, those ones, and you got the RS2US rockets, but it's pretty minimal. You got the two weapons pylons, and that was the configuration for marking E with the two sidewinders on the one pylon, or rockets, sorry, the PBP23S. And you got the rocket assists for takeoff, which is optional, and you got a map of your mask sheet where it all goes. So they even give you the mask for the wing lights, one on the nose, and you got a mask for the tail as well, for that colour that usually the Russian ones have, that green. There we go, these two have it. I'm skipping ahead. Alright, so we got the schemes. So like I said, this is the one I'll do. Freehand, the only way to fly, doing that scheme. I did it on the 72nd one, it turned out good, so I should see no issue with doing it on 48. So this is the 921st Fighter Regiment, Vietnamese People's Army Air Force, Noi Bay Airfield, Democratic Republic of Vietnam, 68. So they'll give you a bit more history underneath as well. I'm not going to bore you with all that. And we got number 7909, so the aircraft number, 11th Fighter Air Regiment, Czechoslovak Air Force, Zatek Airfield, Czech and Slovak Federative Republic, 1991. I got tongue tied there, I'm used to saying Czechoslovakia. So it's your natural metal, and MiG-21s do look nice with the natural metal. Alright, what do we got here? We got Bornal Higher Air Force School, Cayman, Obi-Slavgorod Air Bases, Soviet Union, 1988. I bet you I just butchered all that. It's quite different, that scheme. It's not for me, but it definitely stand out on a table, on a display table or in a cabinet. The way it's laid out, that scheme, it's quite very different. Actually, I don't think I've even seen that one before. And we got Egyptian Air Force, Inshas Air Base, Arab Republic of Egypt, early 80s. That's refreshing. Early 80s, normally it was May 25th, 1981. and I do love that scheme. And we got another natural metal, so one escadre of the 62nd Pulk Loch Victoire. Oh, I'm not even going to attempt that. Polish Air Force, Poznan, Kresny Air Base, Poland, 1994. And again, nice. And you got all your stencil data for the pylons and the weapons, and stencil data for the aircraft. And yes, it is as bad as a Phantom. Alrighty, we have. I'm taking it. Alright, so you got two coloured frets because of the schemes in the box. You'll be using. So if you got the normal turquoise cockpit, you'll be using that one, and one of the other, or some of the other schemes, will have a grey interior. So same fret, different colour, basically. Take this out, but these are always hard to show up the cut. It's really hard. I try and get a photo to show the cut, but you get the gist of it. Alright. Start with the stencil data. So, like I said, many hours of fun. I'll show all of it. So this will be, no doubt, the newer style decals that you've seen heaps talk about online, no doubt. So there's your, if you bought a weekend edition without the photo etch, this would be your cockpit decals, and these are for the canopy and windscreen, the seals. Alright, clear sprue. So you're generally left with heaps of spare parts on Eduard kits, like I said. So there's your three main canopies. You got two windscreens, and I mentioned, so weekend edition, you'd put your decals over that. Well, you don't have to, but I do, over raised detail. Just adds a little bit more of an effect. And then you got your flat one. So you got two different styles of instrument panels. No, three. 1, 2, 3, and then two with the raised detail. And you got the wing lights, HUD, and etc. But it's all good. No, and there is no center seam. Yay! It can be done. Alright, here we go. I'll start with this, put that up there. Really, these, I've said it heaps, I'll say it again, these are great kits, nice details. So internal, bit of internal detail, all those cylinders and that go inside the gear bay, and some detail there as well. Alright, so you got the bit of everything here. So bits of the ejection seat, landing gear, engine, gear doors, and the wheels. This is what I said, I don't like their wheels because you have the tyre section and then you got the hubs, but I guess it makes sense because they're doing multiple variants of the MiG-21, so you'll have different hubs. At least these ones don't have surface detail that you lose when you clean up the seam join. The engine rear nozzle, alrighty, so again, bits and pieces, some for the engine, some of the bulkheads. Right, yeah. Fuselage and speed brakes. So this was the one on the belly. These are the ones up front. Right, start with this. So this is you got the whole spine with the vertical stabilizer. So all you do is put the rudder in, and we got another instrument panel because we didn't have enough. So there are a lot of tiny bits on these kits. But they are fantastic. Great kit. Alright, so drop tanks, the rockets, and the rocket assist takeoff bits. So that's just 2 sprues of the same, and that be it. So as Molly would say, do yourself a favour and go out and get a Eduard MiG-21, either scale, 72nd or 48. They are both awesome kits. I'm going to take some still photos now. Thanks for watching.